was school this past week? Was it good? Did y'all get a day off Monday? Oh, got some volume. All right. I'm like a big man up here with that going. That's good, right? Y'all get a day off Monday, right? Man, that was nice. Well, I didn't have a day off. Anybody know what was yesterday? Dove season. What you mean dove season? What do you do in dove season? What are you talking about? You shoot doves. What? It was opening day of dove season yesterday? They shot 7 or 8? All right, well, let me ask you this. When they first went out to the field, like as soon as you got there, did you just start shooting? There were birds everywhere?
No, we had to set stuff up.
You had to set stuff up? And then you could shoot? Did you have to wait a little while first?
We had to wait for about an hour.
Yeah, had to wait a long time? They were flying pretty good when y'all got there? You know what we did? We went out to the field. We said we're going to wait late this time and wait and try to get it where we're not sitting out there hot, because it was hot yesterday, wasn't it? There was no shade in that field. So we were sitting there. We got there about 3:30. And guess what we did? We just sat.
Until like
and we just sat. Yes, sir?
Hey, my Baba.
Yeah?
And my daddy hunting birds.
That's right. We hunted birds yesterday. That's right. Well, and that's what we sat here and said, you know, at about 4:30, I was sitting there thinking, man, it is 95 degrees out here. There's no shade. What am I doing sitting out here in this field? Right? What's that now?
No birds.
No birds are flying over. 1 or 2 every now and then. And so I was sitting there. That was about 4:30, and I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm thinking, man, this is a bad idea, right?
Only about 5:30.
And about 5:30, another hour after that, we're out there hot. We've got water bottles. We're trying to drink, stay hydrated. Finally, the birds started coming in. Well, you know, for about 2 hours, we just had to sit there and wait. You know, now is that how life is? Sometimes you go somewhere and you get everything you want right when you want it. Is that right? Yeah. If you want cake, do you eat cake first or do you eat lunch first?
Lunch.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Well, let me ask you: if you're baking a cake, do you open the box and you just dump it out and there's a cake?
No.
What do you mean? What do you have to do?
You gotta make it.
You gotta make it. So we gotta be patient sometimes, right? Like, what if I'd been out there in that field and I pulled up at 3:30 and I got out there and I said, well, ain't no birds, and I just went home. Would I have got to hunt yesterday? Would I have killed any birds? No, you got to be patient. I wouldn't have even shot. That's right, I wouldn't even shot at all, because I just said, well, no birds, and went home. And that's how we are. Sometimes we have to have faith. You might know what faith means. You know, I had to sit out there on that bucket and have faith that those birds were going to come at some point. You know, and maybe they didn't, but they did. And the game warden come. That's right. That's right. And that's going to be the second part of our lesson. All right? So let me ask you about this now. Because what was the first thing we told the game warden? Jude, do you remember the first thing I told him? Rex Bullock is shooting a mile up the road. No, we didn't tell him that. We ain't no snitches. You know. Well, it was funny though when I walked up, because y'all know in my job, I'm the probate judge, and that's part of what I have to do is do tickets. When people get a ticket for breaking some law about animals, I have to get that ticket, right? And I have to hear that case in court. Well, when the game warden came up, I went up there to talk to him, and of course, first thing he said was, Judge, I hope you're legal. He said, but I don't want to have to write you a ticket. But you think about if I hadn't been legal. And when he came up, Andon and he was sitting with me, I killed my 15th dove. That's the limit. You can't kill more than 15. And thankfully, I killed it right when he came up, so I went ahead and stopped. But think about if I had walked up to that game warden and I had 18. What do you think? How you think I would have went well? I could have gotten arrested. That's right. And you know the bad thing then would be? Because I'm the magistrate judge too, I wouldn't have had anybody to give me a bond. I'd have had to sit there. And your mom, Anna's mama would have been so happy. She'd had a whole weekend, 72 hours. She wouldn't even have to see me. You know? But yeah, that's right. Now you imagine if I went up there to that game warden and I had 18 birds and he had to write me a citation. Do you think that everybody else he wrote tickets that day, do you think I could have sat in court and judged them for them having more birds? And there I was with more birds too? What would that have made me? I've been basically being a liar up there, right? I'd be what we call a hypocrite. Somebody who is enforcing the laws but isn't even abiding by them. And so that's why I'm glad the timing was right. But that was the first time as a judge, when I became a judge, I had to think about it. If I go to a dove shoot one day and they're really flying, when I hit 15, I have to stop. That's right. Because I can't get caught. Because I'm supposed to enforce the laws. And I think about that with the Bible sometimes. Is if we're a Christian, right, and we're supposed to live by what the Bible tells us to do, well, what are we doing if we're not doing that? What do you think other people think? If the Bible says I'm supposed to,
Papa.
I don't know, let's just pick one out of thin air, respect my mother and father. And I don't. And I'm talking back to them all the time. So what do you think other people would think? Well, man, you know, he says he goes by what the Bible says and is a Christian, but yet he doesn't do that very basic thing. You know, and so we have to think about that, because people look at our lives, and your friends look at y'all and want to see how y'all live to decide how y'all act and how they should act. Okay? And that's what I had to think about yesterday. All right? Anybody want to say our prayer this morning? Anybody? I'll say it. Yes, everybody bow our heads. Father, thank you for letting us be here this morning. Thank you for letting all of your beautiful, beautiful children gather, and for us having such a beautiful crowd this morning. And thank you for this past week we had, and all the stuff we're learning at school, and getting to play with our friends and enjoying each other. And Father, help us this coming up week. Help us have a good time, and to think about our actions and if what we're doing would make you happy. Father, thank you for all the blessings you've given us, and be with us as we go through this week. Amen.